Start when
As long as
just
just
yeah, that's done. Go ahead and hit start webinar.
I can't go out.
Go ahead and stop. Hello, everybody. We're live right now. There's Tom on the end. Hello, everybody. We're live from the tour bus that we have every year, twice a year, for AMVETS Golden State Tour. And also we have on AMVETS Tour Across America. This is now our 5th year. And Commander Keller wanted to make sure that we jumped on here. We talked about where is AMVETS ONE in the country and where are we, Commander Keller?
Hopefully you're following us because we are in Kentucky right now.
Kentucky. So we're in Kentucky. We've gone clear across. The bus comes out of Phoenix and we came up through Colorado. We go Fallon. We went through Columbus, Ohio. And hopefully I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, Salina, Kansas.
Salina, Kansas. There we go. And then we got out to Washington, Pennsylvania, and now Louisville, Kentucky. On the panel, Charleston, West Virginia. That was beautiful. Beautiful spot. Department of California Commander Josephine Keller. And then we also have our co-chair, Lisa Lavender.
Yes.
On there. Lisa, AMVETS ONE. Some of you know her as Lisa Roybal. She's Lisa Lavender. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have Karina Guzman from the Service Foundation, and she's the instrumental part of all the details that we pulled together as we're on this tour. Debbie Johnson now on her 2nd tour, right?
Yes, I did. I did it Golden State now. To across America.
Perfect. And make sure we use our inside voices, loud voices, our microphones over there. And Tom Johnson on the end there. Tom Johnson. So
yeah, I'm
there goes. He's in there. Tom, also the co-chair and instrumental part in what we're doing here at AMVETS ONE.
Can I interject for just a second? I want to make sure that everyone knows that if they don't know, Debbie Johnson is an integral part because she's part of our auxiliary.
Yes.
And we added our auxiliary last tour so that we have someone who can connect through the state and through all the other states with our auxiliary and AMVETS, and we're happy to have her.
On the tour, Ross Smith, our ED for the Department of California, was on a portion of the tour. He had to head back home, and also Leon Wheeler just left us today. You're enjoying the views in Phoenix and watching AMVETS ONE. Thank you for joining us today on here and being a part of the tour. I want to go to Lisa. Lisa, you've been 5 years now on AMVETS ONE. We're in the back of the bus right now, a little buggy outside. We're going to show you the outside of the bus, but you probably catch it on social media. How important is this to you, this advocacy of AMVETS ONE and what we're doing?
Well, I think we all started this knowing that we had to bring awareness to the community about our veteran suicide crisis and destigmatize those words, mental health illness that is running rampant through our veterans community, and making sure that our veterans know how to get the resources when they're down and out. Yeah, and that, you know, I think that's important. So let's start with how they can get right there and calling the crisis line 988 if you're a veteran, press 1.
988 if you're veteran, press 1. Your co-chair, Tom Johnson, on the end over here. Tom, how important is this to you personally? You shared your testimony.
yes, I did, and I think in doing that, I was encouraged to do that by several of the members here, and I think it's actually brought some home for me, 57 years later. 57 years since I had my trauma, I guess you call it, and it took that long for me to even bring it out.
Talk about it. Did carrying that weight that long? Not sometimes not even realizing you're carrying that weight, right?
You don't, but it's always there. It's always in the background. And things you see during everyday life may bring a memory back that you didn't really want to have.
You've been by him side
5 years.
55 years, and he brought you forward
He
to
did.
the podium and addressed that you're the anchor that really helped him keep it together.
He was my guardian angel that brought me out of the doldrums.
I didn't know it at the time, but it was. I would like to say that I'm among some of the bravest and proudest in our veteran community. And our families have to think about someone like me or your kids, because they're all a part of that and what we are trying to do. This mission isn't just for our veterans, it reaches the veterans' family, it reaches their parents and their kids. And to finally bring forth a story like my husband's, or the stories that we've heard along the way, it's a blessing, but it is also so important to listen, absolutely listen, and listen carefully. I'm so blessed to be a part of it, but it's our, what is it, 1%, how much, what percentage of our veteran service organizations are now that a percentage of the 1% that are really trying to listen and help their fellow veterans.
Commander, to echo that, and seeing that working with mental health and the veterans, a lot of times it's the family unit that might be the first one to step up and say, it's okay not to be okay, and I'm here for you. Is that correct?
Right. This advocacy brings hope, healing, and honor not only to veterans but to the family that they're supporting them. Because sometimes the families are the ones that are triggered because they have to deal day to day with our trauma. And luckily, this advocacy doesn't only help the community; it helps them network, find resources among themselves. However, it's also healing to the team, because as we go along and we listen to other people, as we reach out to communities, we're also finding healing for ourselves, because we don't, like Trump said, we didn't realize he had that trauma hidden for so long. Some of us are connecting with people along the way, and we're helping each other as we go along as well.
Well, if you're just joining us, too, we're talking about AMVETS ONE, of the AMVETS Department of California, AMVETS Service Foundation, which heads up the program as we tour across America once a year. And then we also, the Golden State Tour, state of California. And like I said at the beginning, Lisa, you've been an instrumental part at the beginning, pulling all these details together. Karina, you've seen it from other sides too, with the Welcome Home program, how important it is to give a homeless veteran a home, a bed, and that experience. A lot of that mental health really translates across to AMVETS ONE and the advocacy. This is doing as well. Do you see that?
Oh, definitely. I think it's one of the major parts for a veteran, once they get their home, that they're stable, that they feel that they finally made it home. So we help with the furniture piece. So I've met veterans who are happy to have an apartment, but they don't have the furnishings, they don't have a bed or sofa to sit on. The biggest one that I can think of is a couple of years ago. We had a long list, and we finally showed up to the veterans home to give him his furniture. And he said, if I had to spend one more night in these empty walls, I would just go back to the streets. And it really triggered that we need to do this faster. As long as donations come in, you know, we can roll on and they don't have to wait as much, because it is a big impact. And sometimes they don't know the resources, they don't have someone to talk to. I mean, I personally, when I call veterans to let them know when we're gonna do the delivery, I have some of them that just want to stay on the phone with me, and I completely understand, and I will hear their story, even if I have to be on the phone for an hour. And I think that's a relief for them, because they're finally home, but they have no one to talk to. And someone calls them, and it's their opportunity to tell their story. And I'm very grateful to do the Welcome Home program, and now I'm joining AMVETS ONE as well.
So as we're on this tour of AMVETS ONE, Lisa, we've seen countless times where a homeless veteran has shown up, maybe heard it on the radio or TV, saw the bus branded AMVETS ONE. There was a relationship with them personally with their service. They've showed up, not knowing why, but we identify maybe they're homeless, get them connected to programs. We see that a lot.
Yeah, we just yesterday when we were in West Virginia, in Charleston, as we were doing our press conference, a gentleman walked up, I saw him come up. I just approached him and said, told him what we were doing here. He identified himself as a veteran who's homeless. And I really encouraged him to stick around because we had the Department of Veterans Affairs in West Virginia right there who could help navigate him, get into some kind of transitional housing right away. And they did. They assisted him and we warm hand off to the Department of West Virginia. So thank you, West Virginia, for taking care of Josh.
Yes,
Yeah.
and stepping out and he didn't know.
No, he didn't know about us. He
Yeah.
didn't, just saw the motor coach and was curious and identified as a veteran and wanted some help.
So,
Yeah.
I think that's why it ties together. I think all of this services across the country, there's a lot of wins to be celebrated on others in other states that are doing amazing things. And in some cases, taking that 22 a day down to, what are the
We're about
statistics now?
17.8, but you gotta remember that maybe only those states that are identifying those that are veterans. So there may be a bigger number.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now,
so
one is
One is
too
too many.
one is too many, and our goal is to make sure
Yeah.
every stop we do, we're on the same one. Commander, as we do this into the future, AMVETS ONE takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it takes a lot of financial support to be able to keep this advocacy going on. And it's, to me, when I first heard about it, it was a national tragedy that no price can be put on, not one life could have a price placed on it, because not only does it affect the person that might take their life, but it affects the life, the son, the daughter, the family member that counts on them.
Statistics say 155 people are affected by somebody committing suicide.
So if someone.
One
commits suicide-
suicide, yeah.
One suicide. That's
So it's a
155.
circle that
Yeah, triple effect.
it is a ripple effect, and I mean, our communities, our neighbors, everybody's affected because everybody had a part in your life. So, this advocacy, we're saying save one, but you're actually saving 150 people. Because sometimes it's triggering for another veteran or another family member, the hopeless feeling of losing that one person. So this advocacy going far and wide and being fueled by all those that donate, that participate, because every dollar that you donate helps keep these wheels running, keeps us going to communities and spreading the word.
Can I do a shameless plug for our sponsors?
Yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
so, Department of California Service Foundation, they have been integral in keeping our wheels rolling. Of course, without the support also of, AMVETS Department of California. We have, pilot travel centers. They just came on board, this time around, and the Ontario Range, which is the Ontario, California's local hockey team, which we're so blessed to have on board. And then, our Tried and True people handles homemade ice cream and
Don't forget Love's.
Love's
Love's
Travel Center as well. So if you're hearing this, because of you, we were able to roll this tour, but we'll be beating those bushes again for more donations so we can do the Golden State in October, November. So if you're hearing this and you think you want to donate, go to AMVETS1.com. There's a donate button there, or AMVETS Department of California Service Foundation. Yeah.
And if there's an event with veterans, the state of California, as we did the Golden State Tour, then it could be a good synergy to be there. for the
Let us know.
veterans. At least reach out, AMVETS1.com.
And I want to thank the Military Order of the Purple Heart, that when we go to a city that they have a chapter, they participate, they join us, they partner with us and come out, because our advocacies are all the same. We're all focused on our veterans to save veteran lives and their pets.
One team, one fight.
Absolutely.
The, Tom, when you speak, it's usually, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy, and you like to make us have a light, you make it light.
I tried to.
But hearing you with your testimony it was hard for a lot upstairs, because it really brought it home. Someone you care about, you love, to hear that experience, it really hits home. And I think there's so many people that carry that burden every day. is there something, if someone's watching this, or they have someone they know, that I wish they could be Trump, share that story, what would you say to that veteran? What would you say to them?
And knowing what I know now, like I said, when I did see, they need a purpose. They feel like there's nothing left for them at night. And if they don't have a purpose or even a little bit of responsibility, you know, for somebody else, it's really turned, it's selfish on their part to commit suicide. Or because it does affect so many other people, they just don't realize it.
Having somebody there, an anchor,
Right?
maybe
Gotta have.
a voice in the ear
Yes.
that you could be for them, this could be the saving grace. To be able to have a turning point, you know, for them. Debbie, you probably dealt with a lot, being a wife of someone, what is, personally, as a wife, what has that done for you to experience that? To know it's released things.
It's silent extraordinary, because this pain becomes my pain. And this, I may not have caught up. It is released yet. And so it's really important for that person who's struggling to trust their family member to listen. And if you are that now, please listen, because that's the only way to start. And even if your heart breaks and you're in the other room crying along with them, just come back and listen.
Commander.
Oh, I just want to say, I really understand both of you. As in my story, my husband is my hero. He's very solid. And he's kept me going and supported me through this year. And taught me that if he goes to trauma, how I'm supposed to respond to him, which is you just need to open our arms and listen. Sometimes we don't have to say anything. Let them just bring it all out. And it's really courageous for you to seek help or to go and speak to somebody. And definitely there's heroes everywhere, and we should be listening to them, and we should be supporting them. So remember, one of the best things you can do is to listen before you act. Let them get their story out.
Exactly, and one of the things that we learned, in a local thing that happened, but if that person does start to open up to you, and you think you've talked them down, don't ever think that's the case. They have to have help. You have to get them help. Don't walk away and think you solve the problem. That's usually probably the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, definitely. We consider the warm handout, which is, hey, let's go. Don't just send them to the place. Take them, help them.
Physically take
Hey,
them.
come on, let's go. I'll go with you. I'll go with you to the VA, or did they want a counselor, the vet center, if they want to go to the place. Take them in, wait for them, and make
Be
them
there,
feel,
man.
yeah, make them feel seen and make them feel heard and make them feel like they matter to us.
EA Loma Linda. You were there for many years.
Yes.
And you saw a lot in your time there.
Yes.
And this advocacy, I think, plays a big part of that. Because it's real world for you on a daily.
It is real world on a daily. As a woman veteran, as I'm sitting between two women veterans, we're marginalized. And there's a lot of trauma around military sexual trauma that it's their story, their experience. Sometimes their claims are denied. Sometimes you just have to listen to their story. I don't know how many stories I've listened to over 19 years in the VA taking care of women, but I realized that more had to be done. We need to talk to our legislators about increasing the awareness and the quality of care in the VA for women veterans and other marginalized populations like LGBTQ and minorities. So if we continue to bring this awareness, if we continue to keep our wheels moving, we can help everybody. Not only the veteran, you said the veteran families and the community. But yeah, it's a long haul. There's a lot of trauma out there.
So when we do AMVETS Live, we like to make it personal about a person. Yeah, one of the things that Commander said, I want to tell the personal story of the people that are doing the work. Again, Ross Smith and Leona Wheeler are with us. They're also very integral. Our new tour bus driver, John, amazing, another John, and he's a great guy, cares about the mission, has got in and helped. Alex is out of the background. You'll see his hand in a moment. Alex, that's your cue. And so Alex Prado's been great helping us, and we're veteran supporters, as we've seen with John as well. And a lot of the community wants to help. They want to make a difference. So part of this advocacy is educating that if you see the signs, what you should do, and knowing 988, press 1 for the veteran. A lot of times you can be there with them, get them through it. But I want to talk about branches of service, and also because that's a part of AMVETS Live. I want to talk about what are people on AMVETS Live, what they did for our country, and we'll start with you, Tom, on the end. Branch of service, and then we'll go around the whole.
I'm an Army veteran and served in both part in Germany. I was a radio operator. And in fact, I had a really good job operating the radio at the headquarters of the 7th Corps in Stuttgart, Germany. Quite a few months there. Spent some time in Southeast Asia, and I got through it.
So Army veteran, a very experienced what you did, and all of you, thank you for your service. A wife of
And daughter of a World War II Army veteran.
oh, perfect, and the Women's Auxiliary.
Yes, I am an RMS resource. Very helpful, we're here to help, and they have boundless appreciation and love for veterans. All across our family, we feel it.
Yeah, Auxiliary is always, ladies Auxiliary, always very supportive. All the events. Brandon Guzman, your service.
Army veteran, yes, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, I was the administration.
Oh, it shows.
We pulled out the veteran skills.
It's really, yes.
These are logistics operator. Yeah. Yeah, so I did 20 years in the Navy Nurse Corps. I'm a nurse practitioner, a women's health nurse practitioner, so I have a passion to take care of women. After that, I spent 19 years at VA level in the healthcare system. Yeah, I'm blessed to be a part of this great collaboration and excited that I can bring my experience from the medical side of the house to this advocacy.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Ladies Auxiliary, for participating. Because without you, our diplomas are very variable. Because the auxiliaries always prepare stuff and send us stuff, and they keep us feeling that someone at home is still waiting. Not only our families, but the auxiliaries always send us city. But I am a retired Chief Master Sergeant for the United States Air Force. I served 26.5 years. And my job was air medical evacuation. So I was bringing home sick and injured with the team. And it was a difficult job because, wanting to care for everybody, wanting to, take the pain from everybody. So like Lisa, we in the military, and now we have the experience of with, have been injured, tried to save them, but now we're working with the mental health side of it, which is actually been harder than the physical side at some point. And that's why the passion here, get their minds right there and save as many lives. I lost a few during my years, and it was sad to see and sad to hear the families grieving. So we want that no more. We want to save as many lives as possible.
And Joe's been very helpful to you for the Purple Heart recipient. yourself as well. And that's why a lot of our support, as we see across the country with military quarter of the Purple Heart, that come out and support. And Joe has a lot of friends all over. But that, so, thank you for your service and all of it. Thank you for what you do. For those of you that just joined us with AMVETS ONE, to find out more information, we're sitting in the back of the bus. We're trying to stay as close as we can, so we stay on camera. We don't have a lot of room. But we've been on this tour since the 13th of the month, May. And Alex and I began in Phoenix before that, to come out to meet everybody in Colorado. As we take the bus back across the country, we have 2 more events to go. We have an event this evening. And then Lisa, we also have an event right after that.
Yeah, so tonight we're at AMVETS Post 61 here in Louisville. There's an event at 6 p.m. tonight, so if you're listening locally, join us. And then
I wanted to go. Woo, woo.
And then,
Post 61.
yeah, and then tomorrow we're in Linden, Kentucky for the Department of Veterans Affairs, Kentucky legal means training. So that's how we're gonna end our tour is tomorrow here. So
And if anybody wants to find out more information, by go to AMVETS1.com. We are constantly in search of resources to be able to keep the wheels moving. As you said, there's a lot more that's involved with that as we're bringing our current collateral and everything else to these communities and being able to continue the education and being able to touch lives. And I think that's as we go on our Golden State tour, we are looking for support. So if you're a business owner, a veteran business owner that is looking to be a part of something incredible, as I saw it when I first heard, hey, we want to make a difference about 22 lives being taken to suicide, it blew me away. And to be involved with media and everything else I did, I never heard of 22 days. Yeah, how many other people out there in the community that supports our veterans needs to know about that. I know it is a national tragedy that should not ever happen. How can we make a difference? AMVETS ONE is doing a group of veterans from California that really want to set out and connect with the rest of the country. So we need your support. Anybody that sees that, I would like to help out. What type of support are we looking for?
we're looking for in-kind donations and or monetary. Fuel parts would be great. It's a hefty load to put fuel in this 45-foot motor coach.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also highlight, Karina, could you tell them where they can follow us on Facebook? And they can catch up with all the
Yeah.
resources that we've found so far.
Oh, definitely. If you go to AMVETS1.com, we have our YouTube channel, our link. We also have our Facebook link, but if you look us up on Facebook, it's AMVETS Department of California Service Foundation. We have all the information. If you go to our website, like I've mentioned earlier, you're gonna find also resources nationally for help or assistance. There's an email towards the bottom of the website. I will receive that email and I will reply back to you as soon as I can and provide any information that you need.
And then give that one more time. If somebody was writing that down,
AMVETS1.com, simple as that.
perfect, and everything's there.
Everything's there.
Can you spell out one?
Yeah.
O-N-E.
O-N-E.
Yeah.
And AMVETS ONE. Anything, Tom, from your side going down, anything you want to leave somebody with?
Well, our famous deal is it's okay not to be okay. I mean, I learned that lesson here well.
It's okay not to be okay.
And if you allow me to thank Lance and Alex, your team, Austin and Ralph, we couldn't do this without them. Our ability to come on and stream everything we're doing, to do these live podcasts, just logistically call ahead for media releases so that we get our earned media, which is invaluable. We couldn't do this without you, Lance. Lance donates his time to AMVETS ONE from the jump. So thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Debbie, final word?
I'd like to thank all of our points of contact that we've had in all of cities across on this tour. We've had really wonderful people helping us and greeting us and talking with us. I just felt wonderful about all of those folks, and they worked really hard for us.
And a little takeaway, when we come into a community, what I've seen is everybody goes, if I would have known it was this big of an impact, you know, we would have done this, you know, and they all want us to come back.
Yes.
So just know, follow our story, and it is a big impact in the community, and we want them to embrace and be able to get their local community be a part of it. So that's a very important part. Agreement?
Oh, yeah, definitely, like I said, on Facebook. We tag every community organization that joins us at each event. So locally, if you look us up, and we were in Denver, Colorado, Salina, O'Fallon, any city that we had stopped at, there's a list of all the vendors that were with us. And you can reach out to any of them locally.
And it was Colorado Springs, because they're not
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
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 We know, we know, yes. We've been to Denver before. We've been
Yeah.
to a lot of cities. Absolutely. Lisa, any final thoughts?
Buddy checks. You know, reach out. You guys all know who your buddies are. Call them once a week, once a month, check on them. I think they're invaluable. Buddy check.
If you haven't heard from somebody in a while,
Call them.
call
Yeah.
them. Andrew.
And just know, we see you, we will hear you. Please reach out, reach out. And we're here for you, and your life matters to us. Thank you, team.
Listen, thank you, everybody, for your service. We appreciate it. Debbie, thank you for your service. As a wife of a veteran, it's a chore. It's a chore.
So, labor.
Thank you. Great suggestion, Commander, for AMVETS Live, and we'll see you down the road on AMVETS ONE.
Now you know where we're at. Stay following it. God bless.